My father was a music teacher. That was what he did, and all his dreams for me were about playing the violin. And he was a very big string fan, and he loved the violin. And all his life he had wanted to play and never was able to. So when he had a chance, he got me going. I was 4 years old at the time, and he would bring me downstairs after dinner. We'd go to his studio, and we would sort of play. It was a game at first, and pretty quickly it became serious. I loved playing because I loved to be with my father. I wasn't so much into the practicing part of it, but he put me in the beginner's orchestra, which he conducted when I was 5. And there was a day when I went to my first rehearsal, and he made me get up on the podium next to him and play alone in front of all the big kids, the 6th graders and 5th graders. And I was fearless, and I just played, and they were duly impressed. I sat down. My father said, "Okay, everybody, we're going to play this piece," and he starts to conduct, and he hears me crying. He's like, "What's the matter with you? Why are you crying?" "I can't find the piece." I couldn't read. I could read notes, but I couldn't read words. The day we were rehearsing the Meistersinger Overture by Wagner, it's one day, for some reason, we were playing along, and everything just sounded so beautiful, and I looked down at my arm and I saw goosebumps on my arm, and I felt my scalp kind of prickling, and I realized while we were playing that this music was just so beautiful. It was so special. I really wanted it to be a part of my life forever. There were 13 auditions in my life before I got, 12 before I got to Chicago. And I used to call Ed from the airport, my husband, and say, "It's the family failure calling again. I didn't get another one." And he would show up to pick me up with a rose to cheer me up. And it took a while. There was something I had to figure out about how to do it. It wasn't just walk in and play. There was something in my head, that I had to get straightened out before I could actually get past and start making the finals and start winning. And I couldn't really tell you what that is, but it was definitely not a musical thing. It was definitely something about inside my brain that was happening. And to illustrate, when I would go to the auditions, the first few that I took, when I get there and they put us in a warm-up room, everybody together, and we were all like warming up as fast and as furiously as we could, playing everything till you're afraid you're going to forget from walking from the warm-up room to the stage how to play the violin. So you're just warming up, playing and playing till the very last second, and exhausting yourself basically, and listening to all these other people who are sounding so great, and you start to get really intimidated. My last few auditions where I started to win, I would go to the warm-up room and play a little, then I'd sit down and take out my knitting, and I would knit until it was my turn to go up to the stage. I wasn't thinking, "Oh my God, am I going to forget how to do this?" I was just relaxing myself. And then all of a sudden, I started to get somewhere. I practiced till my fingers bled, literally. I had neighbors would call the police on me that I'd be playing too late at night, and I would deny myself all pleasure. When I was on the warpath for an audition, I felt like I could not afford to take any time off even to have fun. And I would practice a minimum. I had a rule, I had to play the violin about 8 hours a day. And the skin did come off my fingers, pretty much. And, but I'm really glad I did it. It was worth it.